Hey, it's Drew Neiser with another Wednesday Wisdom, and we've got some serious stuff on branding and why rebranding often goes off the rails. To answer, and give us some tips, Ryan Rieches from Branding Business. Ryan, what is the number one mistake that companies make when they approach rebranding?
I think it's when the CMO wants to run alone. They think they can do this themselves, and that is the biggest mistake we've seen. So
Yeah.
we like to tell them immediately, branding is not a marketing initiative, it's a corporate initiative. Your brand promise is your distinction, and all departments touch your brand. So set up a brand council comprised of cross-functional leaders who will provide you and us, your advisor, on the critical insights, input, and you'll create buy-in, alignment, and decision making. That's the number one
I
thing.
thank you for all of that. And I want to break it down. The first thought I have is stop thinking about this as brand strategy. Let's think about this as business strategy. And because it's business strategy, we have to have the business involved in the process, right? And I think the minute you call it brand, you go, oh, well, that's just a marketing thing. Oh, it's a logo and a color. No, it's the business and your go-to-market strategy. So when you've seen this work, what's the role of the CEO and the CMO in this process?
Sure. It's hand in hand, not just the CEO, but sales, operations, often HR, as we're trying to attract and retain the best talent, finance. So each of these leaders have to be involved, and each of them has a perspective on how the brand can benefit the overall business as well as their specific area. So it's important to get their perspective on this before we rush out and do random acts of marketing.
Random acts of marketing. Okay, give me one other big mistake besides doing it in a silo and on your own that you see happening with rebranding efforts.
So, along the same lines of bringing other team members in, the biggest mistake that we see is rushing to take this new defined brand promise out to the marketplace without creating that internal buy in and engagement. Your employees are your greatest brand ambassadors, and they have to know, they have to be engaged, they have to be able to really deliver upon that brand promise. And you're cheating them if you're not training them and giving them the insights, the why are we doing this, and the role that they can play. It is probably the most effective form of marketing you can enlist.
It's so funny. I write about this extensively in my book. And before I did the book, I did a lot of research on it. And 8 out of 10 B2B CMOs agree with you that employees are really important. And then when you ask them, how much time did you give them? It's always less than 4 weeks. And the story I like to tell them is when Aetna rebranded, they spent 6 months retraining their employees and their customer service because it was a meaningful change to the organization that required company-wide change. All right, if you're a B2B CMO who can share, care, and dare with the best of them, do yourself a favor and check out CMOHuddles.com. We also have a super huddle coming up. It's going to be amazing. Ryan's going to be there. I'm going to be there. Lots of people are going to be there. And we will be talking about rebranding among many other topics. Anyway, Ryan, thanks for that. I'm Drew Neiser. That's your Wednesday Wisdom. Peace out.